how do you balance telling compelling stories while honoring the victims and their families?
And
And
even privacy concerns, right?
exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's a great question, and to me, true crime shouldn't be about the offender. It should be about the victims, their family, and showing how hard it is to actually get justice. Justice does not come easy. Um, I think on our show we do a very good job of we don't over embellish or things like that. We just organically tell the story, and it's gotten back to me that a lot of the friends and family of those victims actually at times find it to be somewhat cathartic that they have an opportunity to sit there on a platform like that and talk about their loved one to people. If we contact the family about a particular case and they don't want to do an episode, we don't hound them. We respect that. And
that was Molly's big thing. She asked in the episode I was in the episode 3, she specifically knew I had a rapport with the family and asked if I would reach out. And that was a big success because they were happy with the production. They saw the product before it went out, and it showed. It definitely didn't exploit them.
Now, Pat, as a legal expert, and you've seen a lot of cases, I'm not trying to aid you, of course, but is that something that you have a problem with when you watch TV recreationally from crimes and stuff that you know intimately that they're not being represented well? Is that something that you see?
So first of all, thank you for having me on here, Chris and David. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Greg, it's nice to see you again. So first of all, I haven't watched television since 2006 or 2016. I just turned it off. But when I did watch television, I found it very difficult to watch things like Law and Order for that exact reason, because it frustrated me because that's not how it happens in real life, right? So things like Philadelphia Homicide, I think that does help the viewer actually see how things go. If you've ever watched the first 48, which I'm sure we've all seen, it's very real. It's very much more, I think, compelling than a dramatization. But yeah, I think that there's a double-edged sword when it comes to showing the reality of things and putting cameras in the courtroom where, we all have this Sixth Amendment right to have an open trial process. But at the same time, it makes us all investigators, right? And all of us become legal experts. So and under that, I do have a question, if you wouldn't mind, Mike. I have a question.
Yeah, absolutely. You're here.
So I use my platform to teach constitutional rights and the rule of law based on true crime cases. And one of the cases that myself and my followers are following very closely is the Luigi Mangione case out of New York. So I'm not sure how familiar you are with that, David. I know you said you lived in New York, but since we're all from Pennsylvania, it seems like, and this arrest happened in Altoona. And in his suppression hearing, we saw, excuse me, what I would argue is a lot of Fourth Amendment issues. So my question to you is, what do you see from body cameras and putting cameras in the courtroom in high profile cases? How can law enforcement take that as a learning experience and say, okay, let's not do what Altoona did?
You're assuming that Altoona did the things wrong. I mean,
but I don't mean to interrupt you, but there are 2 judges' orders right now. Judge Garnett, who did not, suppress the backpack, but was very critical of how Altoona Police Department handled that evidence. And then Judge Caro, who did throw out some of the evidence under the Fourth Amendment. So I don't mean to interrupt you.
No. And a lot of it's going to be rulings by courts. I just from what I've seen with what Altoona did, he was very cooperative. They were not forceful. They weren't seizing things. They pretty much talked to him and developed the report enough to get him to cooperate and for them to get to the backpack and all. I just think for us, I hate saying it, but the defendants and the suspects have more rights than we do. So we have to follow the line. They don't have to. So for us, it's a little more difficult. But if you go by what's lawful and what's not, I mean, you could still successfully, get to that point that you want to.
But let's say post those 2 orders that came from the judge, do you think that there's any room for law enforcement to say maybe we need more training on this?
What training would you think they would need? I mean, it's a matter of, and I don't know what specifically the order is. Is it the going into the backpack there?
It was a search incident to an arrest.
Correct.
Where the backpack was out of his reach, so it did not apply.
Was it out of his reach? Because
Yes,
from what I saw, he was at the table at the McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call reach? Can I reach I have a bag, a recliner next to me. So is that out of my reach, or could I reach it?
They walk up on him in McDonald's, and it's actually at his feet or in the chair next to him. And they take the backpack and they say, "Is this yours?" And he said, "Yes, it is." And then they put it across the McDonald's aisle there on a table across from him. And in between him and his backpack at the time of his arrest are 3 or 4 officers.
I see. And I think the reach part, I go to a car. If you're in a car, you're in the driver's seat, where you can reach, whether it's the glove compartment, the back seat, under the seat, those are issues that are going to be brought up in court. Right. Whether it's a suppression hearing to try and suppress that, I couldn't reach it. So I think it's going to come down to what was within his reach, and when did you draw the line of he couldn't reach it?
Right. I mean, they've already ruled on it. I guess my question was, is there any room in law enforcement now to look at their training practices? I mean, if you look at Altoona Police Department, and I'm so not attacking you guys, I really am not, but if you look at Altoona Police Department, their policies and procedures haven't been updated in over 10 years. And in 10 years, we've started using body cameras. They have no policies on body cameras. We've got an issue with one of the officers turning off her body camera for 11 minutes while she was transporting the backpack back to APD, and allegedly before the gun was found. So that's kind of where I'm going. I don't want to attack anybody, and I don't want to argue the Luigi Mangione case. I'm just saying,
think it's crazy that he has to sit there and say, McDonald's got me. McDonald's, a McDonald's worker.
And don't forget, Officer Fry was one of the first officers seen at McDonald's. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't think, and the fact that Altoona hasn't updated policies, I mean, not many things change. Technology changes. I wish, and I'm sure Chris agrees, that we were initially reluctant with body cams, but if the public and the community were to see all that we see on body cam, they would realize how crazy people in our society is. But I mean, I think it's a very big plus for us. And everything's there. There's so many different policies on when you should turn it off, when you can't turn it off. So we're only Monday night quarterbacking why she shut it off. I mean, if she went to the, whatever reason, I don't want to speculate, but she may have a legitimate reason why she shut it off.
I mean, it could be as simple as going to the ladies' room. You mean, is that where you were heading, Dave?
Ladies' room, or in somewhere with someone that doesn't want to be on camera or recorded. I mean, there's a lot of factors.
I get it.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Speaking of technology, I got a question for Chris, David, and even Tats would be good to chime in on this.